Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And welcome back, everyone. Chinese medicine can do so much to improve your life, your health, all of that. Many of us don't realize what the benefits are. It's only been around for thousands of years. And she harnesses the power of that in New York City with acupuncture and herbal medicine and so much more. I've learned getting together with her. We found out that acupuncture can support many challenges. Today, we're going to look at the ear, everything connected to it, things that presents, whether it's balance issues, whether it's tinnitus, all of that. So great to have her back on here, a professional of the year. It is Dr. Kelly from New York City. Back on. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you doing?
Very well. And the ear, there's a lot going on there, from, like we said, the balance issues and so many other challenges that present, right down to hearing loss. Where do we start with the ear today, connected to either acupuncture or Chinese medicine?
We can talk about one case. So I have some patients coming in for hearing loss, like tinnitus, even vertigo, headache, throw up. So in Western medicine, there is a term, for example, we can talk about menial disease. So in Western medicine, the definition is kind of the inner ear have too much fluids building up. Then they have the suddenly hearing loss. They just couldn't hear anything. It's kind of scary. It happened to actually a few of my patients. They also have vertigo, dizziness. Yeah. Some people even throw up, nausea, vomiting. And they go to Western medicine, they will get some medicine to kind of diuretics, they will get some medicine for vertigo. But the problem is after they stop the medicine, it may coming back again. So when they come to me, I will explain to them in this way. For example, I will ask them, what time do you go to sleep? A lot of these patients go to sleep 2 or 3 a.m. Then I ask them, how long you have been going to sleep at 2 or 3 a.m.? Some patients said, almost for my whole life. I'm like, what? That is very bad for your kidney, very bad for your liver. That could be the reason cause you have the hearing loss problem. If you have been stay late every day for 20 years, your poor liver, your poor kidney will be damaged. And liver and kidney related to the ear, to the eye. So then you may have vertigo, you may have a headache, you may have hearing loss or tinnitus. But a lot of people, they don't know this. They just say, oh, Dr. Kelly, I just cannot focus in the daytime. So at nighttime, I can get things done. So that's why I stay late. But I said, this is wrong because we're supposed to go to sleep at night. So our liver, our kidney, our organ can get nourished.
Yeah, you're not allowing the body to recharge, reset, rebuild. That's where the magic takes place overnight. What a challenge that is, where somebody's got to focus on that work at night because they can't do it during the day. I want to just put the microscope on hearing loss for just a moment. Is it possible to bring back somebody's hearing with acupuncture, or it depends on what's causing the hearing loss?
Well, if the cause is because people has been staying late every day for many years, yes, acupuncture, sometimes we use some herbs, can bring back. But of course, if the person was born, with not hearing anything, that might be very challenging. So, but as long as not born with it, I think acupuncture herbs can help.
What about somebody who has just been in a loud environment for their employment? You know, certainly it's my belief that our younger generation, there's going to be a lot of people with hearing challenges wearing earbuds and pods and headphones in a number. I think one of the best professions would be an audiologist at this time. I'm just thinking. But hearing loss attributed to things like that, is there any chance that acupuncture can help bring back some of that hearing?
Yes. So I think you made very good point. Like a younger generation, they have their headset all the time. Like they never take it off. When they walk in, they have headset. When they even stay at home, they have a headset, which is pretty bad for the hearing, actually, for the ear.
Sure.
And also, actually, even if you go to Western doctor, they said when you wear the earbud, so that can push the earwax into your ear even deeper.
Good point.
Which can cause the hearing loss, the tinnitus stuff. So that's why I don't suggest people wearing, the headset if you don't have to. Of course, if you're a professional, you have to wear it. That's another, issue. So in general, I think majority of the people, the hearing getting worse because, like Steve mentioned, because of the lifestyle, because staying late, but good thing is acupuncture can help.
What about tinnitus, ringing in the ear? Can it help there?
Yes. I have been treating a lot of people have tinnitus. Actually, they went to, the doctor, the ENT doctor. Majority of them gonna say they don't know the cause. And the best they can explain is aging. It's just getting old, kind of. I don't deny when people getting a little bit aging, our organ gonna decline. That's a fact, right? But there is different. Some people 40 or 50, they still have very good hearing. They don't have tinnitus. But some people maybe even experience tinnitus or hearing loss at a very early age, like 20-something, 30-something. So the age, if getting to younger and younger, which usually means there's something they are doing is wrong, like lifestyle, right? We talk about wearing the earbud, or stay late. And also, some people like to eat spicy food. So spicy food, in general, I don't recommend because spicy food create the damp, create the heat, which is not good for our liver, not good for our stomach, spleen, and not good for our kidney. So our organ have to work harder to get rid of that damp heat, which basically means you put extra stress on your organ. They have to work harder to get rid of kind of like toxin in your body. So why don't you eat a little bit better healthy food so your body don't get stressed?
Well, I guess being mindful of all of this, I am. I'm a fan of the warm beverages now ever since we met. After learning what it can do to your body, especially your spleen, if you're always drinking cold beverages. I mean, you told some stories of people that you've worked with that, and most of us enjoy cold beverages, but had no idea that it can have that kind of an impact on our bodies. What is going on when you do acupuncture for something connected to the ear, like tinnitus, the ringing in the ear? Pick that as an example. When you're using the acupuncture needles, where are you putting them typically, and what's going on there?
So usually this group of people, they have kind of like we call it liver young rising or liver failure. And they also have some kidney deficiency or kidney acid deficiency. That's why they have tinnitus. That's why they have vertigo. So basically, when we treat this group of people, we will kind of like bring down the liver yang, bring down the liver fat, kind of clear the fat, clear the heat. And also we need to tonify the kidney. We make the kidney stronger. So we have some local points, like around the year, we have some local points. And we also have some digital points, like for example, for liver, for kidney, less is on the foot or on the leg, actually, not close to the ear at all. But in general, it's helping the root. That's why people feel better, like they said the frequency getting decreased, the volume getting lower. So they don't have the so frequent tinnitus anymore, and the sound getting lower, not so bothering them anymore. And of course, I always tell them, doesn't matter how good I am, you have to go to sleep earlier. Like if you go to sleep every day at 2 or 3 a.m., doesn't matter how good I am, I cannot help you. You got to help yourself also. Plus my help. Then you can recover to a healthy stage. So, but I know it's hard for people who have been staying late 20 years. It's very hard for them to change.
Sure.
I understand. But I think you have to gradually make the change. Without the change, I cannot help you.
It is very hard because we're so used to our schedules, and especially the sleep schedules. When somebody has a hearing challenge, more times than not, is it connected to another organ like the spleen, like the kidney, maybe the liver?
In Chinese medicine, yes. In Western medicine, they may just look at the ear, do all the exam inside, outside. So if they don't find anything wrong, they may say, oh, we don't know. But in Chinese medicine, yes, you're right, Steve. So kidney, liver, all related with the ear. So we say kidney, the organ is the ear, like liver is the eye. So that's why we usually treat the root instead of just treating the ear. Because without treating the root, doesn't matter how many times you get to treat it just for the ear, you're not getting better. But with like treating the root, your kidney getting stronger, your liver fat getting, get rid of, like your liver qi is smoothed, is soothed. In that way, you will get better. But how people get liver qi stagnation, how people get liver fat, liver yang rising, how people get kidney deficiency. There may be very a few people who were born with it, kind of like they were born with that kind of constitution, but it's not a lot. Most of these patients, because of lifestyle, because the stress, emotional stress, because the food they are eating. So that's why I mentioned again the lifestyle. You have to change your lifestyle. When something wrong in your body, like a disease is our friend. The disease basically telling you, hey, you need to change. Go to sleep early, eating more healthier. So if the warning sign you didn't get received, you don't change, you will getting worse and worse.
What I'm learning from you is that many of us don't realize our lifestyle and what it's doing to our bodies and different organs. We may say, you know what? I'm good with 5 hours sleep. I can function. You don't realize what it's doing to your body. Or, I love spicy food. I'm going to have a spicy margarita. Then I'm going to have, this very spicy Mexican dish or whatever it might be. And you do it on a regular basis. You're not realizing what it's actually doing to your body and various organs, which then is causing some challenges. And then, like many of us, just write it off. It's just like, well, I'm just getting old. That's probably what it is. We don't see it. You see it through the eyes of Chinese medicine, right?
Yeah, actually, I have a very young girl patient. She came in. She even said by herself, Dr. Kelly, I did a lot of things wrong when I was younger. I was wearing mini skirt all the time, even in the winter. So the cold got into my knee. Now I have knee pain. I was eating ice cream, drinking ice cold water every day. Doesn't matter it's summer or winter. Now I have stomach problem. I cannot digest food, have bloating, gassing all the time. And she also had other problem like a PMS, like cramp, you know. So some people they realize because they did something wrong in the early age, now they experience the disease or the pain or whatever. Some people don't even know. Actually, I think the worst thing is people don't know and they continue. And so, like, if you don't know, it's very hard for you to change, right? Because you don't know you are doing something wrong. But if you know you're doing something wrong, or some people told you you're doing something wrong, then you change. Yes, there is help.
Well, Western medicine isn't really going to tell you those things. Certainly, if somebody says, well, yeah, I drink a fair amount of alcohol on a regular basis. Okay, liver issues. That could be, direct correlation there with the eyes of Western medicine. But certainly all of this, as I learned from you, and I want to ask, not focusing on the ear and hearing challenges, but overall, would you say, Dr. Kelly, that most of what's challenging us does correlate to some of the organs that we've mentioned, be it the spleen, the liver, the kidney, in that territory? Is there usually a correlation to those when we're having health issues?
Yes,
Wow.
I do think so. And just depends like how severe the problem is, right? For example, you just stay late, a few days, maybe not really get damaged. Your organs still kind of like okay, but you may just feel tired. You may feel like a little bit, off balance. But if you let a patient has been staying late 20 years, your organ will be damaged in some way. That's why the people have suddenly hearing loss. They just couldn't hear anything. That's very scary, right? You cannot hear anything. That's very, very scary. Although Western medicine can use the medicine to bring it back, like very quickly, but it can reoccur. And you cannot use the Western medicine all the time because that medicine also have side effect because that medicine kind of like damage the kidney also.
Yeah.
So you cannot just use Western medicine, say, oh, I have a hearing loss, I use Western medicine, bring it back. When I have it again, I go again. It may not work next time.
It's a chemical. You're putting chemicals in your body. Let's be honest. And there's a place for all of it. My personal feeling is I don't take it unless I absolutely have to take it. I just don't want to. I don't want to, introduce chemicals. Then, like you said, side effects. Usually there's a side effect with most medicines. But most of us don't even realize herbals, that stuff comes from plants that you can mix up that can get the job done. And I've shared, my journey with that, how amazing it was, where regular meds didn't work for some digestion issues. In 2 days of an herbal remedy that tasted great, by the way, I'm just going to say, it was just a couple of drops a day. Amazing how it can work. But we don't realize this. We don't know. If somebody connects with you, would you, and anywhere, would you find out what's troubling them, get their history, if you will, and then be able to come up with a potential remedy, whether it's herbals, Chinese medicine, whether it's acupuncture? Is there usually an answer?
Yes, actually, there is a person, kind of like a famous person in Dubai. She did a video chat with me because she had some problem about her digestion. Then, we did a video, so I asked her to show me her tongue. She showed me her tongue, and I asked her some question. Then I said, okay, so if you can get this herb, go to get this herb. This herb gonna help you. So she's very happy. She, asked people to get the herb for her. That helped her. Yeah, we can do consultation from the video, as long as I can, gather the picture of the tongue and ask some question. Yeah, I can give you a herbal formula.
And we've mentioned many times how you, as a Chinese medicine doctor and professional, can tell so much from the tongue. We've even done it. Yeah, send you pictures. And fortunately, it looks like I'm okay. A little here, a little there, but nothing major, as you said. What do you want people to know, Dr. Kelly, when it comes to Chinese medicine and acupuncture?
So I want them to know acupuncture or herbal formula can help people basically with majority of the problem they are experiencing. Doesn't matter it's pain related or is about fertility or about emotional stress. We can help. And actually, there's a young patient who woke up one day because she wearing a very heavy bracelet. It's a jade, so it's heavy and big. She said there is a big red mark on her wrist and her finger got numb. She asked one of the Western doctor. The Western doctor even say, "Oh, you may need amputation to cut off your finger." She got so scared. She contacted me and said, "You come in tomorrow, I treat you." I treated her twice. Her finger went alive. She said she can feel, like when use her hands to touch the other hand, she can feel it again. But the other doctor said, "You may need to cut off your finger." She was so scared.
I've been there before. I completely understand. It was a year ago. I got some virus. I never get a virus. And I lost my voice. Couldn't talk. First time since I've been doing this. I started when I was 17. And I've been on the air for like many years. Never had an issue. Went to an ENT. He actually said, yeah, you know what? If you continue to talk, your vocal cords could hemorrhage. And oh, by the way, you're probably going to need therapy to learn how to talk again. I'm like, what? Well, I couldn't even say what. I was like, speechless, literally. He was wrong. A week ago later, I was starting to talk again. And then a week and a half later, things are basically getting back to normal. And this past February, I was told I had stage 3 skin cancer. My intuition said, no, something's not right here. Got a second opinion. It wasn't stage 3. It wasn't even close to stage 3. But so my point here is Western medicine doctors, there's a place for them. Doesn't mean they always have the answer. Doesn't mean they are always right. How do we connect with you? I know you're in New York City, Dr. Kelly. What's your website?
Kelly121acupuncture.com.
Excellent. And anybody can reach out, certainly for acupuncture, that's got to be in the city where you are. But for all the other stuff that we're talking about, you can do a consult virtually, as you said. And starting point is the website, Kelly121acupuncture.com. Thank you so much for being here today and for all your knowledge and insight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. We'll be right back. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama, like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.